Colorado, the most infamous mission of Hitman 1, and it's going to be the most infamous video of the Hitman series because we have no idea how to start this one. Not even a little bit.
Good morning, 47.
Yeah, well, that's why it's 33 minutes, right? Instead of an hour and 33 minutes.
I mean, that was the original cut. That was the director's cut version of it that will be put up on Patreon.
Yeah. Subscribe now.
But basically, yeah, we don't have enough to talk about for an hour and a half. I'm sorry, everybody. Just evidenced by the previous episode alone, we can only say grilled at Cage so many times.
I would dispute that. I think we have plenty of stuff to talk about. It's just that it's all stupid bullshit that has nothing to do with what we're actually supposed to talk about, which is just marginal, tangentially related to what's on the screen.
Only even a little bit. I mean, not that stopped you or anything, because I do believe that before we started this, you had come up, just in the pre-production phase of this, you had come up with an entire mythos for each one of the characters that I'm about to assassinate just based on the first frame of the video alone.
Yeah, kind of like where they're like nihilists, a little bit like the Big Lebowski, you know, just they have their own little, they hate fun, they hate consumerism, and I mean, they're left-wing, but not because they believe in economic redistribution, but because they believe in, no fun. They don't want anyone to have money to spend on themselves. They don't want anyone to have fun. They don't want content creators to monetize, to be able to monetize. They believe it should be held by the corporate overlords instead. They're spiteful, and they're the whole gang from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I mean, you know, basically we got like Sean Rose, Penelope Graves, and then the Parvati, and then of course Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise here too, which is pretty weird. But yeah, fan fiction over. We do in fact 4 different characters to kill. It is that is a lot, and this is, you know, an actively hostile area. It's a pretty like flat area, you know, being a farm and everything. You get like a farmhouse, you get the actual barn, but that's mostly it.
Yeah.
And you also have 4 different targets to kill. Well, anyway, the real reason this is only 33 minutes, we have now cut out everything except for the winning run. Because, to be honest, I have just been doing, like, a lot of the searching around the level, you know, learning it and everything on stream as it is. So, you know what? We can just save the good bits. All thriller, no filler for the YouTube side of thing, right?
Yeah. And I would say these characters are actually very interesting, my stupid mythos ideology thing notwithstanding. Like, Sean Rose is kind of a Timothy McVeigh type. The Michael Myers from Halloween is actually like, he's like MK Ultra, but from Mossad instead of United States. Just kind of generic archetype characters, but they do a good job giving them a lot of flavor in this. I mean,
that's true for pretty much the entirety of the Hitman series. It's just like they go very hard into like the characterization of these people that, you know, I push off the side of a building.
Yeah, and they reward, like, it does reward a reading. I mean, they're telling you right now he's got acute OCD, he obsesses about bacteria, you know, similar to one of the previous missions where the guy has that fraught relationship with his mother and he can't hear certain things in the gramophone, or he'll just like throw, you know,
or it's just like, yeah, he will he hallucinated the ghost of his mother or something like that. I never actually went down that route. Instead I used an exploding golf ball because of course.
Yeah, of course.
Because of
exploding golf ball, and you rigged the hose to electrocute. Yeah.
And then the next episode, I just pushed the 2 people off second story floors.
I enjoy how many of your kills, and they're completely validated by the game's silent assassin mechanic, but you're just pushing them off.
5 stars,
really
baby.
Convenient ledge, yeah.
Yeah, the next episode, it's like, let's take a look at the kills so far here. I guess let's not count the tutorial because, you know, those are tutorial. But it's just poison into exploding golf ball into electrocution, push off, electrocution.
So most of your kills so far have been poisoning somebody on a second story of a mansion, and then having them
fall into an electrical grid. Yeah.
They go to the balcony to throw up, and then you push them into a self-closing coffin that you've assembled right there.
All dressed as a clown. No, that's in a couple episodes.
And then you discreetly drag the coffin into the open grave that has already been dug for them.
This is such a dumb cartoon game. It is still so surprising to me that it's like everything is taken so seriously in spite of the fact that it's like this is so just such every like I do appreciate the sort of restraint that the developers show in the sense that it is not, like really there's no people pooping themselves or something and like, oh, I gotta run to the bathroom and that's how you kill them. It's like, no, it's all taken very seriously.
Yeah.
And then very goofy things happen in the context of that.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of these characters all have pretty good, relatable backstories. Like the Scarecrow guy, Michael Myers. He's he's a pacifist. He's compassionate and stuff. He wants to do the thing. The strategic advisor one is like, well, Penelope, she's like a genius and she'll take the correct side of the trolley problem. She'll
Not
do
like
the
me.
ethical thing. Maya is this wounded warrior. Sean Rose is this, plagued by OCD, but he has deep ideals and stuff. And it's kind of funny because you have to
push them off of a second-story balcony
into a self-closing coffin. Yes, it's really absurd.
Man, I'm still waiting for the point in time that I can get somebody to trip on a banana peel. The most powerful politician in the entirety of Europe tripped on a banana peel and fell off a second-story balcony.
And then your second target sees the banana peel and can't even focus on the body because it reminds him of his father, his troubled relationship with his father. So he goes into a fugue state, and then you can push him off the building.
Look, it all comes back to that. Push him right into a big vat of electrified poison. He becomes the Electric Joker. And he dons the Electric Joker mask. Like you do.
Electrified acid, yes, I can see that. Like a giant battery.
I mean, look, we haven't gone to Gotham yet, but soon enough. Here's the thing. It's just like we haven't seen anybody skeleton yet, like Daniel Stern in the Home Alone movies, but it's going to happen soon enough. I guarantee.
This game feels like a game that takes itself seriously, not to have Arkham Asylum, but will invent a fictional country in Central Asia that has an Arkham Asylum, and it's treated seriously.
I just love the fact this game is treated so seriously. It's just that is very refreshing to me.
Yeah, it's very earnest.
It's like, yes, it's dumb in a cartoon thing, but by God, we're gonna try.
Yeah. No, I respect it. It's actually weird to me. This feels like a niche game to me. And we've said this before. It doesn't feel like it's like, oh, this is the big AAA game that makes hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever. I don't know how many copies it actually sells, but like,
I'm feels like it sold extremely well, given that it's still getting updates and everything to this very day.
Yeah, this feels almost more like that. Not quite as niche as like what was that one mansion game? Not Luigi's
Oh, come
Mansion.
on. And we said, like, back in the first episode that we were probably going to be talking about Sexy Brutale quite a bit.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. Thank you.
You couldn't think of the name. Yeah, speaking of which, kind of on the same point that we had before, I just did pick up two poisons. So, a lethal and non-lethal. So.
Mm-hmm. By the way, who are you killing first? Are you going in order?
We are going to be going for, what is it? Rose, then Michael Myers, then Parvati, then Graves.
Okay.
So if you want to, not to spoil, I guess, but whatever. It's just like I've already said this. We're just doing winning run, baby.
Well, just from a logistics perspective, you'd want to kill Graves last.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it takes a while to set up that self-closing coffin. Look. Hitman's all about preparation and everything like that. Which is why it's like, this is a great example of Hitman wackiness here, by the way. So that door's normally locked unless, I get him to open that up. But then that guy's back at the window again, so I throw this directly past his shoulder. Yeah. And then I just loot everything and get out of here before that guy finishes fixing the fuse box.
Yeah. That's a great heist scene.
I mean, the fact that it's the whole thing where this takes place in, like, a 3D environment, so you can just kind of, like, throw it in the little tiny space in between the dude and... Oh, yeah, also I just changed clothes here.
Okay. So, no suit for this one.
Yeah, it was as easy as that. And nobody saw me. Silent Assassin still done, baby.
Mm-hmm.
in that open trailer... At this point in time, at this point in the game, I am doing so much ridiculous, nonsensical stuff exploiting the AI. It's just getting stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you're becoming a real hitman. And by the way, you're messing with the clock because that messes with the guy's Sean Rose's OCD. Right?
Bingo, bango, you got it.
That's what I was. I mean, I read that, so I was like,
if we actually did the entire, prep up work and everything from the original 90-minute super cut version of the episode, you would actually see where I read up on the notes and everything that explained exactly each one of the things that he has been obsessing about lately and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hitman is actually a vampire, as we can see. He has no reflection.
Right. We've established this. That also explains why it's like, he does not, so many different things. Like, he seems like a man completely out of his element anywhere he goes, and yet still completely in it, because he has hundreds of years of experience assimilating, but at the same time still exists as a creature of the night.
Does every level have, like, a Victrola, record player? Is that, like, a bit, like, an achievement kind of thing?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm just noticing.
There are some things that I swear are themes, but I could not tell you, to be honest. There's so much AAA games, baby. They got so much stuff.
Yeah, and it's they have so much stuff that you almost can't say that that's just, they're just being cheap. They're saving an ass. It's like, no, they put that there deliberately, and it works.
That was, no, they're trying to go for something because they have so much everything.
Well, I mean, they have, when you get that big, the games, I mean, everyone becomes so siloed. Like, you have a whole silo department, and they never talk to anyone else. And all they do is make silos for this level.
That's it.
Sorry, that's...
all day, every day. By the way, I said in the previous episode that it's just like, hey, in later episodes, I'm going to be speeding stuff up. Finally, it's happening, baby. Just like, killing some time here.
So did I say nothing bad has ever happened in a mountain pass? Because I really wanted to get that line in.
I don't remember. We've been doing this for so long.
They located this in a mountain pass because nothing bad has ever happened in a mountain pass. Okay, there we go.
Oh, one of the things that also got cut out, by the way, speaking of looking at the mountains and everything, did find the vantage point for actually doing a good old sniper route if you want to do that. They got one big water tower, which is just perfect for that. And all right. After seeing my shenanigans, Rose walks out here. I covertly take out the fiber wire.
He's washing his hands. He's talking about geometric shapes. I think they're getting... It feels a little bit over the top, maybe.
Really, Hitman.
Uh-huh.
No, I certainly didn't electrocute somebody. And they did the big, T-pose type of thing, and then did shake around like it was a cartoon or anything in the last episode.
So is this after he's seen that the clock is off of?
Yes, that happened while I was waiting.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't inside of the house at the time because why wasn't I? We could have probably heard the dialogue and everything. Whatever. I wanted to be safe.
I mean, he's covered in germs, and then the Michael Myers guy is gonna come up in full mask. Hey, maybe you seem like you could use some drugs to help you settle down, man.
In fact, there's another one of the many things that I saw in terms of. Well, and there we go.
What does garrote mean? I'm not familiar with that.
With the fiber wire. I didn't realize you could just drown him here, so I was just like, oh, well, guess don't need to do that then. All right.
Oh, so you make it look like an X, so you don't even have to put him into.
Oh no! I'm still going to be.
You have to put him into.
Don't worry about that.
You still have to put them in the self-closing coffins, yes.
Exactly. It's like they got so many of them all around here.
Yeah.
So and there we go. It's like, look, if nobody's seen the body, now nobody's gonna ever see the body.
Yeah. Like, do you look into the trash for a body every time you put away your trash?
Do you ever open up any sort of self-closing coffins that you have around the house?
Well, why would you? Once you put one body in them, they're just full. So
well,
why would you ever need to
put two in there.
Yeah, you can.
It's like, come on, you have enough space for that sort of thing. Anyway, since I got to go kill time until the characters, align themselves in the proper way, I'm going to go shut off the cameras here just because, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, you got 100% it.
And you do get more experience for it. It's not that it really matters that much. Anyway,
by the way, you can see they actually all live according to their ideals. This is a very Spartan place. Like, it really is. Like it's probably like very drafty.
That's why I let you continue to go on that entire the fan fiction.
Yeah.
There we go. Easy as that, baby. Just turn on the. This would probably be so much different in like master mode or whatever.
It's weird. Is the ICA still neutral at this point? Like, are they still like, oh yeah, we're just.
It's the most absurd thing, but yes.
Okay, because like I feel like after that last mission, they probably should be like, oh, okay. Is that all it took to eliminate him?
It's just.
Oh, was that? Wait, that wasn't the.
No, that's not the guy. That's just a guard that's down here.
By the way, I'm sorry I keep referring to him interchangeably as Michael Myers, Joker, and Scarecrow. That's probably confusing.
have we even called him the right name in this entire episode yet?
Well, his real name is Vendetta.
Oh, you're right.
Spelled with a V.
Yeah, and there's this, which unfortunately you can't actually access until the end of the mission. So
his real name.
I know exactly how to do it, and it's super dumb.
Guy Fawkes.
I mean, sort of.
That's such a
like
funny
I know that
name.
was you were just referencing the previous thing that we were talking about, but
I find it funny. Like, Guy Fawkes is this really important historical figure, or at least an important like relic of a historical era, like, and it's just a funny name, like Guy Fawkes. I mean, I know that it's like we totally ran out of stuff to say and everything, but really. I thought that was a good tangent. Good pod.
Who am I to judge? I'm the one that came up with Grilled the Cage in the first place.
You did, yeah, and I only repeated that about 5 times.
I mean, it's a very conservative amount compared to the amount of times I repeated it. All right, so overdosing the guy doesn't kill him, thankfully. But does alert Michael Myers to get down here because, it's sort of his job, right?
Some Hitman fan should do an epic cover.
This falls unconscious, thankfully. So
of Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads, where it just
replaces it with different, etc. And bam, there's Garage. If you were wondering.
Don't trust me. I've got a real live wire.
And I feel bad for that guy when he wakes up. Not the guy I killed, the other guy.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be so afraid, and he's not even gonna realize that the object of his terror is no longer alive.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, as always, it's like the fact that all 4 of these people died within very quick succession of each other. It's like they're gonna figure out what happened pretty quick. All right. And there's 2, baby. I actually don't really know of like a very good way to take out Ezra otherwise, because I don't know. It's like he doesn't have like the sort of dumb story thing, at least that I could tell, that makes it easy to do something.
Yeah, I mean, which one is that?
Michael Myers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like he doesn't have like the sort of like weird personal quirk or whatever.
I mean, they kind of established that he's like really benevolent and tries to solve things in a pacifistic way. I'm sure there's some.
Not anymore. Too bad he went up against the Hitman.
I love that it's like smoking. Like, imagine like, oh yeah, somebody must put something really fun in my beverage. It's because it's smoking.
Oh, it's the extra special kind that has the green smoke on it.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, it's like, so needless to say, get ready for another speed up. I mean, I suppose that you could probably like sort of plan these things out in a way, if you're even going to go this route in the first place. But you could sort of plan this out in a way where you would end up, I don't know, doing some of this stuff while waiting for some of the other stuff. But I'm just like, whatever.
It feels like the kind of mission where the developers are kind of goading you into doing some epic speed run where you kill like 5 or 6, or you kill all of them in like 5 or 6 minutes. Like you kill Mike Myers.
Speaking of like cool speedrun strats, is running by these guys. They're otherwise looking out over the gigantic cesspit that I'm right next to here, and they will continue doing that until they finish up their cutscene. So what I did was I just ran around there so that I could get them to finish up with it and go back on their actual patrol routes by the time that poison gets consumed. All right, there we go. But still gotta wait. Come on, drink the bottle already. Another character that is very, very much always flanked with a bunch of... Well, this is a very hostile area. Every place you go is going to have people that will notice if you do bad stuff.
I assume whenever you speed it up, you do the Benny Hill music.
I don't know. It's still Edgar Winter's Frankenstein.
Oh, okay, of course.
It's established. So yeah, this is again another fun Hitman nonsense garbage, where it's just like, oh yes, and now by perfectly throwing these 2 coins here, nobody is looking in this direction. And there we go, baby. Fourth person just tossed. Fourth person DJ Jazzy Jeffed right out of here.
Yeah.
Into the afterlife.
That is so silly. It's just like you yeeted her.
Yeah, and it's just like, what I did was I just threw coins in 2 very particular locations so that people just happened to be looking away at the time. It is super, but hey, you know what, baby? That is a triple, and I still got Silent Assassin, so as far as I'm concerned, developers said, yeah, no, it's good.
Now, I have to wonder, is there a route where you get like really cool death scenes with these characters? Like you just say, oh, where, okay, you complete me kind of Joker shit. Like, oh, okay.
I mean, technically I did that with Sean.
Like, God, I've spent all this time being afraid of death, and now I have to accept it. Like,
I mean, that's sort of what happened with Sean, though, right?
Is it the musician?
No, Sean Rose, the first guy that I killed in this episode.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no, he was in a wash basin and you drowned him.
Yeah, but after, completely doing all the other stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay.
Even to the point of using the Michael Myers super scarecrow drug.
Yeah, I suppose.
No, whatever. Admit you're wrong. Admit you lose.
No, I mean, you're not having like this epic moment with these characters where you're like, now I have to kill you. I'm sorry.
Well, nobody should even know who the Hitman is, and if they do, I've kind of failed.
If they're gonna die anyway, who does it matter? Like, he doesn't. He's
actually,
not like,
speaking of the musician, there was actually a pretty cool thing where what you could do is you could get video evidence, or was it audio evidence or something, of like the murder that he did. And then it's like you could actually just sit in a chair directly across from the computer that's playing it.
Oh, that's pretty metal.
And wait for him to walk in.
And does he like kill himself for
something? Oh, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I put the pieces together, but it's just like, you just get the prompt of just like sit in chair and wait, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool actually.
I was gonna say, like, it almost seems like that would be really metal to have him like watch it and be like distraught, and then say,
and then you're directly behind him sitting in a chair with your gun out.
Yeah, it's like.
But no, that's not what we did. Instead, I electrocuted him in a goofy fashion.
Do you want to die fast or do you want to die slow? And he's like, give it to me fast, Hitman.
And then I throw the banana peel in front of him. Okay, so yeah, if you didn't see what I did there, I put just lethal poison in the water bottle. Okay, there we go.
Okay, and then
the most brilliant mind of our generation.
Yeah. And Penelope Graves, who has an IQ of 100 in the 190s, is going to
was an IQ of cyanide.
Is going to drink from this red smoking thing that
and there you go,
once
baby.
her drink. No.
Yeah, the funny thing is that if you actually use the non-lethal poison, she goes and starts to vomit in the flower pot directly next to her.
I'm pretty much done.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like, well, that's not very useful now, is it?
Uh-huh.
And I even shot the pot to completely destroy it, and then she just kept vomiting inside of the shattered remains of the pot anyway. And it's just like, okay, look, I found lethal poison. We're just gonna do that.
Well, now that we've defeated them, monetization wins, and we're able
Hooray,
to
we did
monetize these videos. We've liberated the society from this tyrannical
The irony
cult.
that I was able to distract so many of them by using coins.
Damn.
So if you see any ads for this, thank the Hitman.
Thank you, Hitman. You truly saved my channel.
It was built on murder, but ultimately wasn't what they were proposing much worse than murder? Question mark.
The irony that those who believe in nothing were murdered.
They would rather have, we were talking about this, they were militant. They would rather, they don't mind eating or not eating to live. They could care less, but they had to push their ideals, and that's where they went too far.
See, that's the problem, everybody. Don't believe in anything, especially if your beliefs are that you don't believe in anything.
If you want to install Adblock, that's your choice, but don't push that on the rest of us. The rest of us like this society, and we want to live in it.
Anyway, I now have a 3D printed mask of the face of that guy I killed.
Which one? The Joker?
Sean.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Like you do. And now we can get into...
Anyway, so the mission is over, right? We killed all the 4 people, and now we're done with the mission.
Now we get the reveal with the cork boards and the string and everything.
What? Oh, I'm banned from saying that. I can't show
Yeah, unfortunately, like back in 2017 or something.
Yeah. Real Persona heads know.
Gee, I didn't do Persona until 2018. Real Persona heads would know that.
Did we do the Sean Rose destroyed New Zealand joke? Yeah, in this one.
I don't remember.
It's not gonna make sense. And 47 question mark.
That's right. He was stabbed 47 times. No.
Someone's done their
You get it.
How far it dates back?
Yeah.
Hayamoto.
It was all a big conspiracy.
The Shadow Client has been tracking you.
Well,
for decades.
yes, but this is them trying to discover the conspiracy.
It isn't. Every one of those missions were branded as unsolved.
Hey, remember how we had like the guys with the magic
Must
keys?
have been looking for a pattern, a certain MO.
Yeah, of
which would
course.
mean,
The Keymaster.
well,
Yeah, well now we get like a little bit more of a history on them.
So this is basically saying all the Hitman games have been leading to this reveal.
This is Hitman 1.
I mean, yeah, but it was like 2016. There were 15 years of games before
some
that.
kind of network.
No, the first one came out in like the early 2000s.
Our plans.
I know, but this one is from 2016, wasn't it?
Right, Hitman 3 is, but this is a remake of the first Hitman.
Oh, but I'm sure they included...
banker Eugene Cobb.
I like that these include, like, coincidence pose. No, that's cute.
Providence.
What? No.
Yeah, they really did some good dressing up of this entire
Thought they were
conspiracy wall.
Nothing more.
I'm sure that they modified this with villains over the years. Somebody, look, one of you out here who is watching this knows the right answer to this question. This obvious question of fact. I am assuming that they went and backfilled names and faces from people that had been in the series before this, and they were tying it all together with this game. Is that
It's a
correct?
remake
Yes or
of
no?
the first game.
Yeah, so they... Okay, fair enough.
Which is people that
maintain-
that Hitman would kill in the future. Gasp.
Well, the timeline doesn't have... Anyway,
And Eric so
I retract this line of questioning, but I want someone else in the comments to confirm.
But I want somebody to explain this to me regardless.
I want somebody to accept my interpretation and agree with me.
That all the Hitman games, of which this is supposed to be a remake of the first one.
About the Shadow Clan.
Yeah, but is it really the first, or is it the remake of the first that everyone knows is a remake of the first one?
Look, here's the thing. It's just like, once again, this is a way to get around making me play 3 games by saying to play all the DLCs for 1 game.
Uh-huh.
By the way, that achievement was called Plot Twist.
Whoa.
Wow, I know.
Everything changes with this plot twist.
Everything changes.
It does, though. I mean, we knew it was a conspiracy, though, right? Like, just how could it not be?
I mean, well, we didn't know that the ICA was in on the conspiracy. Well,
we did.
Your boss.
We did learn that. We learned that. Okay, that makes sense. So that explains the absurdity of them being neutral. Okay, there we go.
The guy.
Okay.
I don't think he's like the head, but he's like one of the big dudes in the ICA is also working for Providence.
Well, then I retract my sarcasm. It really does change everything.
Remove that sarc mark.
That interrobang.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, we're referencing things that we talked about before this.
Well, look, we can just go sit down with a nice a can of tuna and a mint julep, and then talk about it later, right?
What is that, a mint julep you were talking about?
Okay, that's enough. We're done with the episode.
That's enough.
Rose is gone.
Yeah, okay.
It was me, wasn't it? They tracked me. I don't believe it. I took every precaution.
Rose knew the risks. They all do. You did well, Olivia. I am proud of you. Now listen. The ICA knows about you. They kept you alive because they needed you, and now they don't. We won't talk again. Not until the storm is over.
I don't like it. This man, you know what he's capable of. You need to end this now.
I ran away as a boy. My friend and I. Away from that place. We came upon a small farming community. The people were dirt poor, but this woman, she took us in. We were awakened the next morning by the shots. A dozen people lay face down in the snow. Our warden didn't like to leave witnesses. They shot the woman and her family last. They made sure that we watched the whole thing. This is your gift, the warden told us. Your gift and your curse. Touching lives only by ending them.
You know him.
Better than anyone.